Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live conversation about the Creative Society on Allatra TV UK channel. Creative Society is the worldwide project that has been launched on the platform of Allatra International Public Movement and that has united people from more than 180 countries in the world. Creative Society is a society of a new format where human being is at the center of every process in the society, where each and every person is guaranteed freedom, equal rights and possibilities, prosperity, and opportunities to constantly develop oneself as a person and as a professional. Today, we will talk about what else will be in such a wonderful society and how we can build such a society together in the shortest time possible. My name is Anne, my co host today is Audrey, and our esteemed guest for today is Kajal Kumar. And Audrey, could you please tell us a little bit more about our dear guest?
Yes, thank you, Anne. So today's guest, and we want to welcome her to the program, is Kajal. And Kajal is a goal setting and mindset coach. And she has had over 10 years of counselling practice and has volunteered at charities like Mind, Age, UK, Place to Be. And her skills and knowledge, she has learned about developing her own business, and she is coaches women who are on their on their journey, and she loves to support on their journey of success, and she loves to support women. So Kajal, can I ask you a bit more about yourself, and if you'd like to share a little bit about your life, please?
Absolutely. Thank you, Audrey, for introducing me to here and to Creative Society. And also, hello, Anne. Thank you for having me, Creative Society as well. So about me. So I was born and brought up in India, and I came in my mid 20s. And since then, I've been trying to settle down here. So I had my undergrad degree from India, and it was in psychology and sociology, but I didn't know what I could do with my degree there. So I just ended up getting a job and working in a few places, and ultimately worked for a chartered accountant, and you know managed the whole office for them and everything. So that was that. So I have been always working. I really started from very early age, like 16 onwards, or even earlier than, if I can remember well. And when I came to this country, I was trying to settle down here. It's a totally different, it's culturally very different. I was settling into a new family. So a lot of learning to be done. And I was still very excited and enthusiastic because I always try and see things positively and trying to, embrace the experiences. So that's what it was. And then life happens, and I decided to seek counseling for myself for the difficulty at that moment in time I was going through, and I could make sense of how to go forward. And I had just five sessions of counseling, and it really helped me so much that as you do, I decided to become a counselor myself and try and help as many people I can. I went through quite very, very rigorous training for 4 years, and it was really a great experience. My doing that training reminded me of, made me realize the my mindset, my what I was believing about myself. I was I couldn't do this. This is English is obviously English wasn't my first language up till GCSE. I or studied in my own mother tongue, Gujarati, and then from A levels and uni part, ours is all combined in together anyway. So those 5 years, everything was English, and like, whoa, how do you do just transformation like that? But managed to do that. I had always loved English as a language. I used to love it. And I had in India growing up, I had friends who went to English school, so we were communicating. So my English was not so bad. It's just the accent and how phrasing and everything was a little bit different, which I learned over the years anyway. But when I was, counseling, it was really taking me into understanding all my, well, I can't do this, I'm not, I'm not good enough, can I even do this, my English isn't good, how can I be a good counselor or anything. So I was literally back and forth with my mindset then. But I got through it, and ultimately became a counselor. And then I decided to have my private practice, because I had volunteered a lot while studying for 4 years as well. And I did, after that, also 2-3 years, still continued volunteering for counseling centers. But I still wanted to, I didn't mind volunteering, but I always wanted my private practice, because I could have a bit of more my way of helping people, rather than going through how I need to be helping people. It took me while to kind of set up my private practice. At that point in time, I didn't really know a lot about how to set up practice. I didn't have a lot of experience. Now I network and I can do all these things that I'm doing with you guys, but at that time it wasn't there that much that I was aware of. Of course it was there, but I wasn't aware of. Anyway, so I went through all the things, whatever I learned, I really implemented in my practice, and I managed to have a very successful one. Last couple of years, I thought that I have helped a lot of people with mental health issues, their mindset, and I wanted to help in a different way, and to maybe a bit more larger scale, on a larger scale. So I was thinking how I'm going to do that, and I was offered 3 days coaching workshop or practice, and um, so I went there, and I thought, okay, this is my answer. Again, with me, as you do, I just decided to become a coach, and I am here now doing that. So then I thought, there are a lot of coaches in, there's no shortage of any coaches. So I thought, what do really that I want to do, and how I want to help people, who do I want to help? And so I thought about it, and I thought, actually the mindset is the right thing to do, especially, and also I do help everyone, but my main aim is to help women. I wanted to go with my story, how I went through everything, and I didn't really have that support and everything. Now that I know so much about setting up a business, how to overcome it, and I also work in my own mindset. So I wanted to say, because it's the bottom line, it's like, if you don't clear this part and then you're moving forward, yeah, you can move forward with some steps and some coaching and stuff like that, but you're going to keep going back. So I decided that if I clear people's mindset, if I help them to understand what kind of mindset they have, and how to overcome if they've got a fixed mindset equals kind of negative mindset, beliefs about themselves, that they're not good enough, they're not worthy, this is not for them, they're fearing the success, they're fearing the failure. So a lot of things, this keeps people pulls back, and they don't go forward, and then ultimately they give up. And I don't want anyone to give up, because we all have so much potential, and so if I can help them with that, then they can go ahead and do, and sky's the limit for them. So that's what my aim was. And then I chose to be a mindset coach.
Thank you. So interesting. And yeah, I want to ask, of course, a follow-up questions about it. Because yeah, like goal setting and mindset is basic. It's fundamental for anything we do at all. And even in the project of Creative Society, it's also this project, the building of Creative Society is a goal which we need to achieve. Yeah. So your tips here would be so much appreciated. And also, yeah, we can only do that with the right mindset. So my next question would be, what do you think is the correct way to set a goal? And what kind of mindset should a person have to be successful in achieving a certain goal?
Okay, so first of all, we have to understand what is mindset. Okay, so, and how is it developed, and then only we can know. Because if I ask anybody, they would, generally, oh, what would you think about your mindset? Oh, I have a very positive mindset. Mm-hmm. But that's how I understand. That's what we want to believe. I'm not saying everybody don't have positive mindset, but a lot of time. But when it comes to doing a task or anything like that, people will feel that they are, oh, I can't, So understanding mindset. So this is what in my program that I run is that I have like a coaching model that I offer, which we look at when people contact me first. I ask them a lot of questions about them, their present and their work, and what they're doing and everything, what is helping them and what is not helping them and everything. So I get a lot of information, and because of my counseling background, psychotherapy background, I'm able to pick up their language very quickly, understand their psyche very quickly, to understand where is their mindset. Is it their fixed mindset or is it a growth mindset? And we must remember that if you have fixed mindset, it can always be improved if you're willing to. And if you have growth mindset, you can always make it stronger and stronger as well. So there's always a room for improvement, and we can always move forward with that. So if we understand how it is developed and everything, so it's nature and nurture. Nature would be about your, this is internal. You're born with some genes, hereditary stuff, and that would make you decide on what kind of mindset, how your language turns into and everything. The nurture is that your upbringing, your parents, how they how they bring you up, what sort of language they're using, what sort of, are they critical, are they judgmental, are they supportive, they're encouraging, what it is that would help us to develop our own mindset, because it's a external, internal comes in, and if you already have that internal saying not good enough, and if we've been criticized, it just makes it more stronger.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to understand all those things. So we go back a little bit in history, understanding the growing up experiences, just to not to criticize anybody or make any judgments or any upbringings or anything like that. It's just to gain some insight. Once we know that, we can build on that, and we can tell ourselves, now that was then, we didn't have much of control. Now we can, now we have understanding, we have insight, and now we have tools. There are people who are ready to help us, and so that is what my aim is. So this is, first of all, we have to understand the mindset, where it's coming from, what it is, and then where we want to be. That brings us to kind of goal. So as you said, goal is absolutely, whether we know or not, we always are setting some conscious, unconscious goals anyway, right? I mean, today, I'm coming to the office, I'm going to talk about this. It's my goal for today, right? And whether we write it down or not, I know that I've agreed to something, and this is my day looks like today, for example. So we are always going to work, going to pick up the kids, we're doing the laundry, everything is always going to be, we all have goals for the day, for the week, for the, so it is so important sometimes that if we can create our goals consciously as well, about what is that, how it will help me to develop myself better, what do I do that would help me to improve that better. So goals are so important. I feel that if goals are like, if you don't have goals, you're just walking and wandering in the dark, and you're just saying, whatever I stumble upon, I'll just go with it, kind of thing. But if you have goals, that means you're deciding what is your vision, where you want to go, what you want to do. And once you know that, you know your vision, that would bring out your passion. And when you know your passion, then we say, okay, that's how do we get to my passion? What do I need to do in order to achieve my goals? So then we sit down and we write down some goals. Like I start with my clients, they can have a main goal, like to say some year to 3 years goals. Then once we've decided that, we come back, and then on a weekly basis, we go that down, saying on a weekly basis what you need to do to ultimately get to the main goal of your life. And remember, goals can be changed. It's not just once you set, has to be, that's it. You have to review it. You need to see what, something doesn't work, because we can't preempt everything, that, because I decided these are the steps. not always goes as planned, but we should be flexible about it, and we should be able to say, okay, how do I change it around? What do we need to do to now do that? But remembering that our ultimate goal is there. Sometimes we go on a wrong path, but we can always take a U-turn and come back, or take a next right, left, so for me, goal setting is that as well. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Yeah, that's really great. Very interesting. And yes, definitely, helping people with their mindset and achieving their goals. What I want to ask you is, you're helping women who are on their journey of success. So what is success to you? And if you could tell us what happiness is as well, it's for you, please.
Brilliant. Very good question. Okay, so what is success? And this is absolutely goes back to the mindset part. It's not about what people love, what we're brought up to think about. Success may be that when you earn this much money, when you have this popularity, when you have this, that's just like set for us to kind of a path directed by other people. For me, success would be when what I do and what it makes me feel. So me doing my work, that do every counseling client that I see, and in that session, if I've helped them, or if I felt that I've helped them, that will be my success. Because that's what I want to do. That's the whole my purpose. My vision is to give something to my client, to when they come, they are very distraught. Not all of them, but some of them. So I want to kind of help them to understand, and help them to kind of not feel such an overwhelm, and they feel kind of thing. And when I see that, I think that's my success. Okay. With the mindset, I mean, my coaching part as well, the same thing. Every session that I have with each client, if I've given them something to go away, and then, or made some light bulb moments, given them something like, oh my God, I didn't think of that, kind of thing. And, the feelings that evokes in them, and that I call success. The other question you said, happiness. I think happiness is an overrated word. It's so easily used in anything and everything. And it's just like an ultimate aim is to be happy. Yes. But again, absolutely. Happiness, again, it should be you defined for yourself, not anybody defining for you. That is very important. So for me, happiness would be, again, kind of similar to my success. If I've helped somebody, I've done something good for somebody, I've achieved my goals that I decided for my day, makes me happy. So spreading love, spreading support, that's for me is happiness.
Wonderful answers. Thank you so much. Yeah, you were saying it. It's really true. Actually, happiness and success are so interrelated. There's sort of, I guess, the same thing, because when you feel happy when you're doing something, that is success, I guess. Yeah, it's not the amount of money or how famous you are or whatever, because even if you have all that but you're unhappy, I wouldn't call that success either. So yeah, I guess being happy at what you do is success. Thank you so much, and I'm very excited to now talk to you about the Creative Society. And my first question would be just a general one. Could you please describe, how do you envision a creative society? A harmonious, a perfect society where everybody's happy, everybody's successful, and where you just want to live, and where you wish your loved ones would live?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you kind of answered in the way, harmonious society, somebody, people are content. And I think, support, I really feel that supporting each other is so important, because that's what lifts each other's up. And then that's again brings the happiness, it brings the, the success. And where would I like my loved one to be? Again, in their own version of success and happiness. But again, if that is like counted by money or popularity or something like that, then I would kind of try and change their mindset, help them to change their mindset, to rethink about their vision. But yes, it would be harmonious society where we care and love each other and support each other without, expecting something in return, and doing our bit. I think I would say that we are on this planet, and if we can even do little thing, this doesn't have to be, humongous goal of I am going to be also something like be creating, and I'm going to be walking every day and helping people out. It's not possible. So I want to be very realistic about how I spread love, help, support, and that is more important for me. So this is if harmony is also great peace of mind, how you feel about yourself, and every time you're doing something, just think about, just a split second, think about, is it going to help somebody else, or is it going to make somebody upset? Sometimes we have to upset people, I'm not saying that, but how you do it is the key as well. And so spreading that support network to like how you in the creative society is doing it, I think that's a great way forward.
Thank you very much, Kajal. And I absolutely agree with you that we do need to support each other, and especially in these times, very, very trying times. What I want to ask you as well is, what do you think that the role of a woman is or will be in the creative society?
Okay. So role of women, I think role of women, not only in creative society, all over, it is so, so important. I do believe that women are, and this is no comparison with men, I'm just talking about women, okay? I feel that women are very resilient, very caring, very nurturing, and, with so much of potential. And if we can help each other and uplift each other, can you imagine, the world would be so amazing. So the role of women is to look after themselves, self-respect, and also, and then going and doing everything to spread that love around. So I feel that is so important. Sometimes women do not feel that way, and they accept everything thrown at them, and then it's they don't feel great, they go down, and then they just kind of like this. We want them to be just up there helping and creating this nice society as well. So I think it's very important role that women play anyway.
Thank you. Such an inspiring answer. Yeah, you're absolutely right, because we do have this commandment, sort of, that we need to help each other, help thy neighbor. But well, it also says that love thy neighbor as yourself, and so often we tend to forget about the first part. But we can only share what we have if we're filled with love ourselves, if we found this peace, as you say, peace of mind, and this harmony inside ourselves, then we can share it. If we don't have it inside, we cannot share it. It's so simple.
Yes.
And thank you for all the things about this perfect and harmonious society. Many of what you're saying is exactly what the project of Creative Society is all about. And now I'll just tell our viewers a little bit more about this project. So as we've already mentioned, the goal is to build such a perfect, creative, harmonious, as you said, supportive world by peaceful means. This is very important. You can find more information on our official website, which is Allatraunites.com. And there you can also find the article about the 8 foundations of Creative Society. So what exactly Creative Society is all about, what are the main pointers. And there you can also find stages that we need to achieve it. Right now, we all are at the informational stage. This is a very important stage. Many people might think that we need to jump into some specific actions right away, but actually we really can't before we pass this stage, because we need information to unite people, to inform people at all about what is happening, that there is such a platform, there is such a project, also to show people that, hey, there are so many people like you who are also inspired by these ideas, who also want to change the world, want to live in a better world, want to do something about it, that you're not alone, that all these thoughts that something is wrong with the world, this shouldn't be like this, what is happening, you're not alone in them. Many people are like that. Many people are already taking actions to change it. And if we just unite, it's gonna be amazing. Together we can do so much more than each of us can do alone. And together we can implement this kind of society so much faster. And now you can see, yeah, you just saw on the screen these 8 foundations. As I said, you can read in great detail about them at the official website of Allatraunites.com. And I know that Kajal is already familiar with these foundations. And so I'd like to ask you to please just comment about them. What do you think about them? Do they resonate with your own worldview? Maybe one of the foundations, I don't know, has especially touched your heart.
Yes, I did read all of this, and then that's why I think it really resonated, because I also want peace and harmonious relationship. I don't, it's we want to stand up for our injustices, or whatever that we feel that is not, we are it's not going right way or something like that, and we have a very different views about it. So yes, it's obviously, I always believe in standing up for ourselves and expressing our views, but I want to emphasize on how do we do that. It's not about rioting, it's not about violence, it's not about that. It's about communicating. It's how we said about peacefully, we need to, and everybody's equal, and we need to, they shouldn't be separated or differentiated because of their colors of their skin or anything like that. It's more about what has been said and how we agree or disagree with it, and that can be challenged in a very assertive way. It's in a very curious way, rather than blaming, shaming, and that kind of behavior. That doesn't help. So one of the first foundation is human life. This, we all are valuable, and we need to remind ourselves of that. No one is higher, bigger. So it's all, we all are who we are. We are all unique, and we may find people who are completely opposite to us. That's okay. We need to just accept the differences, and if that difference is coming in the way of your own values and stuff, express them, talk it out, understand from their perspective as well, because as you have yours, they have theirs as well. So we need to kind of communicate. That's my another thing. We can have all of that, so we just communicate. That would be great. Human safety, again, I think what I've said is it covers most of the foundations of creative society anyway. Justice and equality, as I spoke about. Self-governing society, I think we can only achieve that by being very self-aware, that our actions and behaviors, how impacting other people. And if we can be mindful of those things, and as I said, we can just know how to express it in a more productive way, more peaceful way, that would be fine. So I think a lot of that resonates with me, and I think I just cover them all in one.
Thank you very much for that. So would you say that this would help, what you've already said would help towards making a creative society a reality for everyone? Is there anything else that you can add to that?
No, I think they've covered it all, really. There's not much coming up for me. But the reason why when I read it, and I thought, yes, that makes sense. So that's why I didn't have to really kind of be prepared and memorize any of those things, because this is what, it's my natural way of going forward as well. I might not be politically or anything too forward about it, but I only believe in that what I can do that can make change, and that's all. And if I can change one person's, in a positive way, I am part of creative society.
Wonderful. Thank you. So as a tradition, we are using the theory of 6 handshakes, and it is the theory that all people in the world are connected through 5 or less social connections. So I'd just like to remind our viewers that right now we're going to ask our guest, Kajal, to name one person that she would like to meet on the next live broadcast. So Kajal, could you please tell us the name of a person whom you would like to invite to the next live broadcast?
Absolutely. Her name is Sandra Wilson. And she is also a coach. and she's also my coach, but I think she's doing amazing work. And so I think she would also add to this creative society.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your answers and for being with us today, for sharing your vision, for sharing your life story. And I'll just remind again our viewers that if any of you want to participate in such broadcasts or in any way to join the project of Creative Society and help in any way possible, just go to the Allatraunites.com website and there is a button, join there, and just join. We will contact you right away and just create this perfect world together, because the Creative Society project, it has actually united and inspired millions and millions of people all over the world, and this number is growing every day, because Creative Society is what we all want, regardless of our nationality, language, age, gender, or any other differences. As Kajal said, I liked it so much that he said, yeah, it's just natural. I didn't even think about it that much, because it's just exactly what we all want. It's just something so inherent to our nature. It's not something political. It's not an ideology or some theory or concepts. It's just expressed in a very concise way what we all feel inside. This perfect, this safe, this harmonious, friendly, prosperous, perfect world that we all want to live in, and we all deserve to live in, each and every one of us. And by joining our efforts, by joining the efforts of each and every one of us, everyone participating in any way he or she can, there is no big or small way, there is nothing like that here. Everything is appreciated, because it all helps us to build such a society so much faster. Thank you so much, Kajal, for being with us today and sharing your vision about the Creative Society. Thank you, Audrey, and thank you, our dear viewers.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kajal. Thank you, Anne.
Thank you, Audrey.
And thank you for our dear viewers for watching.
Yes.
Our people, we're here to live.
We are people, need this our time to breathe.